This is part the bottom seam. I'll pin this in place and sew both sides, and here is the finished lining. Now I'm inserting the shell into the lining so that the pieces are right side spacing. I'm going to pin these together along the top, starting by matching up the side seams, and I'm being very careful to keep the straps tucked in during this process. I'm sewing this with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and this is what the bag should look like at this point. Now from the opening I left in the bottom of the lining, I'm going to turn the bag out to the right side. I'm being very careful not to accidentally rip any stitches. I tuck the lining into the bag and I'll give it a good press along the top. Once it's all pressed, I can top stitch, and you can see here that I'm lining up my presser foot along the edge of the bag and I'm just sewing along the top. Here is a close-up, and I've sewn over the straps as well. This next part is completely optional, but I'm turning the bag inside out and I'm going to carefully pull out this box section of the lining and line that up with the corresponding boxed section of the shell. I'm going to sew these together in the space of the seam allowance. This step just helps keep the lining inside of the bag when it's being used. Now we can close up this opening here, and I decided to machine sew close to the edge. Next, we're going to reinforce the straps by sewing this shape. Again, this is optional, but this is a tension point on the bag, so we're just giving it a little bit more strength, and this is what it should look like on the outside and on the inside of the bag. Finally, the last step is to top stitch the straps along both sides, and you're all done. Let me know if you make one!